Because how old were you when you really joined the band? When they said, "Well,"
I think when I first joined the band, I was like 19 when I first joined the band. So that was like in 2003.
Yeah.
So that was pretty exciting.
And then things start to get bigger. So is there, in retrospective, a lot of things that maybe these years that you, like, not to put it in a negative way, but a sort of shadow side that you didn't have the chance to do some stuff that other people your age.
Well, everyone in the band, like from when we first started playing and stuff, like everyone's, just always wanted to be in a successful music group and be able to like release music and like tour and stuff. So like, and it was great that we got to do get into that when we were younger, and some of the stuff like you got into like on touring around the States in like a little tiny van and driving yourselves and stuff. It's a pretty interesting experience that it's definitely better to get that out of the way when you're young and you don't really give a shit. So being able to travel around the world and stuff and play shows and play music is a hell of a lot more fun than, being stuck at college or something like that. So
yeah, I can imagine.
It's exactly what we all wanted to do, so we didn't feel like we sacrificed anything because it's what we've been trying to do the whole time anyway.
But were you all like, because it's most of the bands at some point there's people drifting away or having other, were you all like in this whole process equally focused, you think, on this one goal?
Yeah, everyone's just like, even when we weren't like together as like this band, like, but I was doing something before I joined Trivium, and Paulo had another band and stuff, but before we all came together, everyone had the same goal. Everyone just wanted to be in a metal band and doing what we're doing now. So it's like everyone has the same goal, and we all still have the same goal and stuff. So I think that really helps with what we do and being able to achieve what we do, because everyone's got the same drive for the same thing instead of one person not really pulling their weight. Everyone's aiming for the same target. So
there's not one person who's like drifting or drowning in the sex, drugs, and rock and roll thing.
No one ever. We got kind of like that really crazy party stuff out of the way like early on, and now it's.
You talked about that when you to seriously cut that off, or
it's just
as a threat at some point.
I think it was just starting off like being in a tiny van and never sleeping, or just the conditions we were in starting off. It was like getting wasted and all that stuff. It was like helped you. It was fun, like we had a good time partying and stuff, but also kind of like helped you get through the experience of all the traveling and just the shittiness of the whole experience.
Yeah.
Some stuff, it was fun, a great experience, but it was like on the same time it was like pretty awful. But now it's like we have, we're more high profile and we play bigger shows, and there's a lot more responsibility, and you got to be more professional, and
And managers also play a role, I think, in this. There's more like people involved that to make sure that you put on the.
There's just a lot more at stake, and there's a lot more that gets put into what we do. That it's no matter what you do the night before, you got to be ready to put on an awesome show that night. So everyone knows their responsibilities, and there's no weird shit going on. Everyone takes everything very seriously. So if you want to, most of the time the big parties happen if we have a day off the next day. So
okay. And do you feel like this responsibility that you have now compared to like a few years ago or in the start of this period? It's like everyone in the band got used to it at the same time, like not all of a sudden that you had a huge responsibility where it was hard to deal with, maybe?
No, it's just like started touring, and it just would gradually get better, and then every time we'd come back to a country, it'd get a little bit bigger, and you'd bump up to a bigger venue, and it wasn't like you go from playing like, if we went from playing like a 300-person bar to like a 30,000 place arena, it'd probably be like shell shock to us. Be like, whoa, this is crazy. But it just gradually got bigger and bigger, so we kind of like adapted to it and learned. So by the time now, like we can play in front of a large audience, and it doesn't really, just kind of like another day on the job kind of thing. So
you sharpened your weapons to do that now in the.
Yeah, we just kind of like took it a little bit at a time. We didn't like overwhelm ourselves with anything, so we just kind of took it a little at a time and just kept growing and getting bigger, and it just, you know, we just kind of eased into it and just never really phased us at all.